powers within. So I held a satsang over the weekend and had some really good attendees come along and enjoy the moments. And in these satsangs, one of the main purposes is to bring a question along and gain clarity, gain insight, awareness into that which you may be stressing over. You may be pondering over this question. It may have been on your mind for some time and you just need some kind of answer towards it. So these Q&As are one of the really good times that I love when I'm holding the satsangs. Now, one of the attendees, a lady, her question was in regards to time management and being able to get everything that's on her to-do list for the day actually done. And how she would often stress, perhaps get angry because not everything was done on her to-do list for that day. What also happened in that satsang is, prior to this Q&A when this question was asked, the group had a bit of discussion and a chit-chat amongst each other, and one of the other attendees was also talking about time management and feeling like there's just not enough time in the day. They just can't seem to get everything done. And this one particular lady that asked the question about time management responded to this other attendee and said, well, I write a list and that's how I get my things done. I jot everything down that needs to be done in the day and I go one by one. That may help you out. And they were chit-chatting amongst each other and passing different ideas around. Another gentleman who was there suggested that what he does is puts things in his phone. So he sets alarms for when he has to do things. So he knows, okay, this is up, I need to do this. But yet, the majority of the time, all the things don't get done. So I let everyone talk for a little bit, let them have their discussions, their bouncing around of ideas. Once they were finished, I said, let me present this idea to you. And maybe if you're watching this, you can take this on board as well. If you're someone that seems to think there's not enough time in a day to get things done and you can't get your to-do list done, maybe just in a stand and get into a mode of surrender. And what I mean by that is getting to a free-flowing state and surrendering and allowing what happens to happen, and what doesn't get done, doesn't get done. It's not a fact of being lazy or procrastinating over things and just not doing something. It's a sense of flowing, being with the flow of life, allowing what needs to be done to be done. And if you have a list of 10 things and 7 things get done, then only 7 things were meant to happen that day, and only 7 things were meant to get done that day. Now maybe you can put those other 3 onto tomorrow's list if you wish. Now you might have 13 things to do that day. Maybe 6 things get done. That's perfectly fine. Those other 7 things, including the 3 from the previous day, just weren't meant to get done. And there is nothing to worry about if they don't get done. There's nothing to stress about. There's nothing to be angry about. If they are super important, maybe put them at the top of your list. But if things don't get done, it's not the end of the world. Right now, I'm in the process of writing my next book. I have enough material to write 4 more books, maybe 5. And for the last month or 2, all I've done on my next book is the front cover. Now, I don't stress out. I don't get angry and depressed, etc., because I haven't started my book, because I know the book will get started when it's time to get started. I'm not going to rush in, and I'm not going to get angry because it doesn't get done. Wu Wei. Go with the flow. That's what it's all about. Surrendering to the universe and allowing what needs to be done to get done. Because what doesn't get done wasn't meant to get done. It's as simple as that, and there's no need to be angry. If you create the lists, if you set alarms and things don't get done, and you start to get angry, look at that unnecessary stress that you've put upon yourself. Instead of just going with the flow and thinking, well, that didn't need to be done that day. You can have structure. There's nothing wrong with having structure. You can set lists if you wish. But understand that it does not matter if something does not get done out of your list. The asteroid's not going to come down and wipe out the Earth because something wasn't done. If it's that important, like I said, put it to the top of the list for tomorrow if you like making lists. Otherwise, learn to surrender. Be in that flow state. Wu Wei. And what gets done was meant to get done. And for example, my book, if that doesn't get done for another 2 or 3 months, so be it. I'm in a relaxed, calm flow state where I'm not going to get frustrated because I haven't started putting the book together. Everything is pretty much written. I just need to input it into the computer to start it. But that will get done when it gets done. And I'm not stressing out. I'm not putting any unnecessary external stress upon myself. And that sometimes is what happens when you create lists and you set a standard of what you need to do and it doesn't get done. You start to get anxious, stressed, anxiety kicks in, frustration, all that kind of stuff. All these emotions, these energies in motion that you have now tuned into the frequency of. Learn to surrender and go with the flow. Be in a flow state, have some structure for certain things. I have my own structure for my meditation. 6 p.m. every night. Nothing wrong with some certain structure in your life. But all these other things, it does not really matter if something does not get done. You're putting too much external pressure and internal pressure upon yourself that when this thing does not get done, you're going to be stressed out and angry, as I've said in this video. Wu Wei is the message. Flow. Surrender. Understand that what is meant to happen will happen. And this is the message that I delivered at that satsang. Just to give it a try. Might be hard for the first 2, 3, 4 days, maybe even a week. But once you get into that flow state, what needs to be done will be done. Everything else will happen in due time. That's the message that I want to deliver in this video today as well. As always, have an awesome day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.